UFC 302, Makachev versus Poirier. Here's my predictions.
I see my haters proud of me now. When I'm around, it's all smiles. I took over my whole town.
UFC is coming back to Jersey with a solid card. On paper, I give it a solid 7. Here is a list of the prelim predictions that I got. 2 fights off of that I really am looking forward to is Roman Kopylov versus Cesar Almeida. Cesar Almeida did fight Alex Pereira 3 times in kickboxing. He lost twice and won once, which is more wins than Izzy had against him, so that's always a plus. And we also have Grant Dawson versus Joe Selecki. Kicking off the main card, we have a banger of a fight. We have Randy Brown versus IOU Ta. I know I butchered his name. Here it is right here. You try to pronounce it. I don't know. It is what it is. This is going to be a fun fight. I feel like somebody's going to go to sleep in this fight. I don't see how they make it to the final bell. Randy Brown's going to press forward and try to get the finish. And IOU has some very impressive wins on his resume. If you don't know, he knocked out Sean Strickland in the first round. He also got a draw with Renat Farentimov, and he also has a win over Benoit Saint Denis. So I feel like this is going to be a banger of a fight. Who I think pulls this off? In situations like this, I usually tend to go with the fighter with the stronger resume. So with that being said, I'm going to take the guy whose name I cannot pronounce, IOU Ta. Following that fight, we have a promoted fight, which is rare, especially a fight week for the UFC. We have Mr. Alex Morono versus Nico Price 2. The first fight, Nico Price won by a second round knockout. That fight did get overturned because Nico Price enjoyed the Mary Jane, which it is what it is. I don't think that should have been the case, but that is what happened. Morono is coming into this fight off of a win, and Price is coming off of back-to-back losses, with his last loss being to Robbie Lawler and Robbie Lawler's swan song final fight in the UFC, which was picture perfect for Robbie Lawler. In that first fight, I feel like Alex Morono was winning. He almost got him out of there at the end of the first round. It is what it is. Nico Price did knock him out at the buzzer at the end of the second round, but during that first round, Morono looked faster. His counter striking was on point, and Nico Price is bound to get hit. I feel like his striking style is, I'm going to take one to give one. I don't think that's a winning style whenever you get up there in age, especially whenever he dropped you twice 7 years ago in your first fight. He's coming off of a knockout loss. With all that, he has the odds stacked against him. Don't get me wrong. Nico Price is very capable of knocking this man out again. It's not out of the realm of possibility. But 10 out of 10 fights, I feel like Alex Morono wins the fight. Well, not 10 out of 10. 8 out of 10 fights, I feel like Alex Morono will win the fight. And I feel like one of those 8 is going to happen tomorrow. And I am taking, or happen on Saturday. And I am taking Alex Morono by decision. Following that fight, we have Kevin Big Mouth Holland versus Michael Olechek. Kevin Holland's on the card. It's always going to be a fun fight whenever he's on the card and whenever he's fighting. Kevin Holland is coming into this fight off of back-to-back losses, and Olechek is also coming into this fight after a loss to Michel Pereira. I mean, this is a fun fight. I don't know which way it goes. I don't think this fight goes to the judges' scorecards. Both of these fighters tend to like to finish fights and not fight the entire 15 minutes. You don't get paid overtime. Kevin Holland, I feel like he needs to win more, in my opinion. So with that being said, I feel like Kevin Holland is going to be slicker on the feet, harder to hit on the feet than Michael can keep up with. So with that being said, I am taking Kevin Holland by second round knockout. In the co-main event of the night, the former middleweight champion of the world, Sean Strickland, is coming back to the octagon, taking on Mr. Paulo Costa. Banger. Anytime Sean Strickland's in the fight, you know he's coming forward. You know he's walking down. You know he's throwing a 1-2 in the Philly ship. Versus Paulo Costa, who is coming off of a very exciting fight, which he lost to Robert Whittaker, which a lot of people wrote Paulo Costa off before that fight. A lot of people think he didn't have a chance in hell. He had a chance in hell. He had a great performance, in my opinion. I feel like Paulo Costa, this is a 5-round fight, though, and I feel like Paulo Costa would need to get a finish, which we've seen Sean Strickland knocked out before. So it's not out of the realm of possibilities that he can knock him out. And I think he catches Sean Strickland on the chin. I feel like Paulo Costa is due for a win. And at the press conference, you heard what Sean Strickland said. He said, we can go get Luke Rockhold out of the grave or wherever he is, and you can look good again. I feel like Costa's going to look good again. And I feel like it's going to be against the #1 contender in the world at middleweight. If he's able to complete this mission, how does the middleweight ranking shake out? How do they shake out? I'm going to have to do a video on that. It's going to be in my experience recap. I'll probably give it its own individual video because the middleweight landscape is kind of crazy right now. I feel like if Costa attacks the body, he would be able to zap some of the energy away from Sean Strickland. Now, can he actually do it? I don't know that. We're going to have to watch the fight and see. But I feel like Paulo Costa hits extremely hard. I feel like this is probably going to be one of the hardest hitters that Sean Strickland has fought recently. And I just think Paulo Costa gets it done. I'm going to say 3rd round TKO knockout. In the main event of the night, we have the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Islam Makhachev, taking on the Diamond, Dustin Poirier. The #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world does not come lightly. It comes with a ton of pressure on the shoulders. Islam Makhachev is coming off of a flawless victory over one of the greatest 145-pounders ever in Alexander Volkanovski. I mean, that's how you write it in stories. I mean, head kick knockout in front. You can't get much better than that. While Dustin Poirier is coming off of a show yourself type of fight against Benoit Saint-Denis. And he passed with flying colors too. Islam Makhachev has been talking. Well, I want to say he was talking. His coach said that he can strike with Dustin Poirier. Technically, on paper, maybe. I feel like if he goes in there and abandons wrestling, Dustin Poirier has a really, really good chance of winning this fight. I honestly do. If they go in there and throw hands and feet, I feel like Dustin Poirier's chances to win this fight goes up 80,000%. I feel like it's 90-10 now. If wrestling's involved, everything's involved. But if it's straight striking, 50-50 is in my opinion. I doubt Islam Makhachev goes in there and tries to have an ego battle with Dustin Poirier. I feel like he goes in trying to dominate and more than likely gets a finish in this fight. My heart wants Dustin Poirier to win. My mind simply won't allow me to say that. I'm taking Islam Makhachev. 3rd round finish. That's cat. Always go with your heart. Dustin Poirier gets the finish, knockout, world champ. I can't wait to see it. How do you guys see this fight going? Let me know how y'all rate the card. 1 out of 10 down below in the comments. I give it a solid 7. Yeah, on paper it's a solid 7. It can go down or it can go up depending on how the fights go. What fight are you most excited for? Let me know down below. Like always, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe to see more. Bigger people, peace.